Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to tell you about some Predator movie ideas that I have. Like I like the character of the Predator a lot. He like amuses me, and I even read a couple of his comics here and there. So, and I'm not like a Predator expert, but I know enough about this weirdo in order to like rant about it without breaking too much of the lore. So then. My first Predator movie idea is a polymerization of Predator or the character Predator and the movie Ringing Bell or Chirrin to be. Like this is like the movie Chirrin. It stars a little lamb that his family gets like his mother gets slaughtered by a wolf. So then he goes into the mountains in order to like try to murder the wolf, but then he be like, dude, you're not even on my radar. You're just skinning boat. Go back to the farm, fatten up, and then I'll come murder you later. But then, so then Chirrin be like, but why is things like that? And then he be like, dude, because you're prey and I'm a predator. It's in the nature of life. The long and short of it is that the wolf ends up raising the little lamb, and his body even ends up acquiring a weird wolf form, and then the movie shows a ram hunting deer and eating them, and it's like it gets really crazy.
It gets really trippy. Yeah, like never mind. Let's go watch it and then come back to.
And then come back to this blood, so then you get why I'm polymerizing it with a predator. So yeah, just taking that idea as a skeleton, just think of a predator that raises a human child. And then the human child grows.
The reason why he raises a human child.
Oh yeah, the reasons why he raises a human child is you may not know this from like the Predator lore, but remember in the second movie, The Predator, that he went to murder a pregnant chick, but then he didn't because he saw with his Predator vision that the woman was with child. And the reason why he didn't murder her is because according to Predator rules, you can't murder someone whose life depends on another. So obviously, the baby was dependent on the mother, so it didn't matter if the mother had a gun or anything. The Predator just couldn't murder her because, because of Predator rules. So then,
Breaking Predator rule causes you to become an outcast and then you lose all of your.
Yeah, you lose all of your Predator perks and you become an exile and you become prey. So then breaking Predator rule. If you break a Predator rule, you get murdered by Predator society. So they're really they're really strict on the stuff. So then what could happen is that doing one of those predator hunts, this predator ends up murdering somebody. He didn't see that he had a kid or anything. He just murdered him because he was a very murdery person. And then while he collects his trophies, he hears a small human child crying for his parents. And then he'd be like, "Oh my God, I murdered somebody that had a kid. I brought shame on my ancestors." You know how much you went on the rant?
Yeah, shame on you.
Shame on my ancestors.
Shame on your cow.
Shame on your cow. So then, since the predator broke predator rules, and he doesn't want to bring shame to his family, he has to look after that human child and raise it as his own, because he killed the person that the child was dependent on. So then by using a predator raising a human child as a premise, you can get to the audience all of the predator lore that you can have. You just get that out of the way, or you can even make it like a Mandalorian thing, and like you can even
Wolf and Cub would be that.
Long Wolf and Cub. You can stretch it out to like a big TV show or condense it into a movie. You can go either way, because like even the Chirrin movie was like only like 50 minutes long, so you can make it a 2-hour predator raised by my brother likes the title Predator raised by wolves, but my title idea will be Prey raised by Predator. So then, like in the ending of the movie Chirrin, the wolf takes Chirrin in order to go hunt sheep. So then to see that Chirrin finally became like a wolf. So then at the end, Chirrin remembers that he's a little lamb, and then he turns on the wolf, and then he murders the wolf. But then he's not able to reintegrate back into sheep society because he ended up liking the taste of meat. So then he's too weird. He's too wolf-like to live among sheep, but he's not wolf enough to live among wolves. So then it is half and half. So then how you can end this Predator movie is that the Predator takes his human shell in order to go hunt humans.
Yeah, as is a rite of passage of adulthood that they have.
Yeah, remember that they had like their
Maybe
little
you have a thing where he hunts an alien and defeats it, and then
yeah,
as a final.
yeah, as a final test in order to see the because predators they crossbreed all the time because as it's true but as explained by the super predator that has the DNA of a bunch of other stuff. So in theory the human shell could have 100% integrated into the society and even crossbreed the predators by proving himself worthy.
Or even gotten DNA from Predator in him. Like you can have a scene, like a trailer, where you show the Predator, whatever, and then you zoom in, and then he takes out the helmet, and it's a human.
Yeah, and then it's like a human, but not make it like too human. You could like have it have so that he has gotten some predator DNA augmentation that he's not quite human, like a la Ripley Scott alien,
A la Chigrin, where
a
he's
la Chirrin,
gotten a mente de.
yeah, where he's got an augmentation, and predator societies are pretty chill about using DNA augmentations because they do it all the time. They be like, oh, this one's stronger, so it's gonna make me a better hunter. So they just stick some DNA in you until you become a cutscene character, a boss
You can
character.
slowly build from child getting trained by Predator, learning how to use the tech, the rules, all of that, and the child can learn how to talk like the Predator with clicks. Like,
Yeah, click, click, click. And then
humans are really good at mimicking just about anything. Just
yeah.
like Tarzan can mimic
Yeah.
the apes, you can have a.
Well, you can have the little human shell mimicking the weird clicking sounds of the predator, and then once it lets the clicking sound, you can just have you can just have you can either subtitle the entire movie or just have the predator speaking English to each other. Whatever's easier, dumber for you. But yeah, and then the final battle is when the human realizes that he's human, and then because since he studied predator society, and when he realizes that he's human and not a predator, he's gonna realize based on predator rules that the reason why he was raised by a predator is because his father murdered his parents, so then he had no other choice but to raise him. So then he switches sides to the human at the end. And then before the final battle, when they're about to clash and stuff, you end the movie. Why? Because I saw the movie The Grey, and I thought that was like a bitch ending. They just end the part of the movie where like the father and the child are about to duke it out, and then cut to black. Don't even show it in the post credit, or maybe put the final fight as a post credit scene in order to force the people in the theater to suffer through the credit. Like, it depends on how much of a troll you want to be.
Yeah, right. If you have been agree when he's about to fight the wolf and then they cut to black,
Yeah, you can definitely.
the same thing.
Yeah, you can definitely do that to like mess with like the audience. But yeah, that's the first crazy predator movie idea that I have. And then what I feel the most strong is about that.
Oh, yeah, this is technically a script for a movie too, so
yeah.
if you see this and then make your own movie, you gotta pay us.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Now they can't make it. Ha 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 without paying me. Ha 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 ha. Because I came up with the idea first. Ha 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 ha.
Alright, next.
Next idea. Like predators are always hunting aliens, but why don't they hunt transformers? I feel that they will have like a harder time hunting transformers, robots in disguise. So
I mean, think about it. They can disguise. They don't emit heat until they're attacking. They're the perfect prey.
Yeah,
They have technology.
Yeah, and that would be a good way of showing the predators. Because the predators have like fancy technology and stuff, but they never use them because they're always hunting puny little humans. So why not have them fight Transformer, and then we can see all of the cool airships and a lot of like aerial battles and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, I want to see a predator fight Galvatron. See how it goes.
Yeah, and then they just
Start the movie by having a predator kill Bumblebee, like right then and there. You're
yeah, yeah. Please pick his head up, man.
They use Bumblebee 3 holes on his chest.
Phew. And then he gets his helmet, and then or they're scavenging them for parts to repair their ship. That could be another reason why they're hunting the Transformer, because they need to fix all of their fancy alien gear. So then
They lying there in
yeah,
with the Transformer
yeah.
leaving, and then you just go to town on them.
Yeah, just go out, just have a bunch of predators murdering Transformers. Well, or Decepticons, if you wanted to be on the good side. I think,
Just having slaughters.
yeah, it's a
You'll be aliens versus Transformer.
yeah. No, predators versus
Alright.
Transformers, not aliens. Predators. This one is Predators versus Rain of Fire. Like Rain of Fire is like an old 2000. It feels old, but oh my god, I've been alive for
Want to admit, yeah.
yeah. Rain of Fire is that one day dragons wake up and then like they set the entire world ablaze. So when I had the predators fight dragons, that could be fun. I mean, yeah, more than humans, a dragon would definitely pose a more serious threat. And why the hell not? I mean, if you don't want to set it in planet Earth, just have the predators go to like a random alien world where they're fighting like a dragon, and then just follow them as the main character. I mean, why are humans even necessary for a predator movie?
Yeah, just have a predator fight a dragon to get the dragon skull for his skull collection.
Yeah, or to impress a hot predator chick.
Pink predator.
Pink predator. Oh, the daughter of the chieftain, Natiri. Or am I getting my alien franchise
Oh, yeah, we
confused?
should totally send the predators on the Navi.
The Navi as well, but I didn't make a poster for it.
Yeah.
Whatever, but Predator versus dragons versus the Navi. Okay, the point is that you don't need humans. You don't need humans characters in a Predator movie. Like I think people would just marvel at a Predator just hunting like a big game hunter. At least try it. Try it once and see if people miss human characters at all. Just remove human completely from the equation and just have it focus on a Predator. This one is Predator versus Jurassic Park. So it's same as the dragon idea, but this time they could be fighting dinosaurs, like velociraptors and stuff. Cause you can even set it in the. Remember, like in Jurassic World, they said that the dinosaurs they didn't survive in like the modern day and stuff. No. What happened is that the dinosaurs fell under the radar of the predator, and then they just went to town on them, and now there's no more dinosaurs. The predators came to make the dinosaurs extinct again.
Oh yeah, and then you can have like a predator getting attacked by a bunch of those tiny little guppies, and then they have like a button that shoves.
Yeah. And then like repels them and stuff, and a cool cutscene at the end where they like fight the giant T-Rex, just jumping around and stuff, or like using stealth and stuff. Yeah, cause the T-Rex vision is based, or they fight, or he fights the Indominus Rex that can also camouflage. So then it's two invisible stuff hunting each other. Oh, but the Velociraptor also has predator vision, the Indoraptor. Remember? So then it'll be an even match for it. Him fighting all of those mutant dinosaurs that the humans made. Just coming into them to make them extinct again. And then that's how they weirdly end up as the good guys in this movie. Yes, it sounds insane just talking about it. This one is Predator versus Saw. Like Predator's usually like dealing with like the mostly stealth and stuff, but it'll be more fun to see one that gets captured by a human and then he's in a Saw situation. It could even be the a psychotic scientist that's studying the alien species, and then they're putting them in. You know how you put like a rat in a maze to see how they solve a problem? Well, that.
Yeah, and then you strip them of all of their weapons, and they have to use nothing but their wits.
Yeah,
nothing. You can have like a scene where they have to cut out their hand, and then they use clay to rebuild it, like in the second part.
Yeah, and just using the 100% their wit. Hey, it doesn't even have to be Saw. It could just be other predators being putting them in those situations, the younglings, in order to teach them to like use the environment.
No, just put a predator in
in
a
a
Saw
Saw.
escape room with a bunch of traps and
With a bunch of traps, and then just just laugh for an for an hour or two because this idea is insane.
yeah, it's like, oh, predator, you have the keys inside your eyeball. What are you
That
gonna
kind of creases at your eyeball. Why are you
It's like, I don't understand human language. What
I don't understand human language. I don't know what these assholes do. And then like he's been like click, click, click. You say what about you? Well, first he has to get past the languages and the Saw lunatic talking in click, click, click language. Whatever. The point is, predator in an escape room. He could even fall into it while he's chasing after a human, or he's chasing after a human, and then he falls into a saw trap as well. In addition to a human, so then it's a human and a predator, like in the Alien versus Predator, how they team up in order to escape like the aliens there. So then it's like a young blood that fell into a stupid trap, and his parents are in the airship laughing at his stomach, waiting for him to like quickly pop. I thought, well, he had a good run. Bye. This one is not is Predator versus Poltergeist or versus Leprechaun. The thing is that Predator is like a sci-fi monster, but it would be more fun if they deal with like the supernatural. They never mix the supernatural horror with like a predator, and like we don't know. Like remember that weird movie where like they go to like a space station that leads to hell.
Freddy Goes to Space?
No, not that one. The one.
Hellraiser?
Yeah, something like that. Remember that it starts the Jurassic Park guy, and then it gets very bloody and visceral at the end. Just something like that. Just a supernatural horror or something, or maybe the Sphere. But yeah, it's just a science guy dealing with like the supernatural. It could have the supernatural just be an endemic problem to Earth, or if you want to make it a comedy, just make a Predator versus Leprechaun. They're both green. One on the inside and one on the other. I don't know. If you want to just make it a spoof, just make it Predator versus Leprechaun.
Oh boy, to see that.
Yeah, they would go nuts.
Well, Predator is stuck in like a poltergeist situation, stuck on a TV. And
he thinks or he murders someone and he thinks that, or he murders someone and then his spaceship becomes haunted because like the person that he killed had a lot of strong spiritual energy. So then
friends on the other side.
he has friends on the other side. So now his spaceship is haunted. So then it's like a haunted house, but it's a predator spaceship. Make it extra spooky and all that.
Yeah, he can use his radar vision to see a ghost.
Yeah, ghosts are real. Heck, you can even have him go to Earth and look for it to go deal with this problem. Or do it yourself exorcism. Reading that do it yourself exorcism book. I tend to make a lot
of.
That
was not the cow. It's a do it yourself exorcism. You can read that.
Yeah, I haven't read that. Read a book, you predator nerd. Whatever. But yeah, and the reason why I chose Predator 2 is because remember that they had like voodoo magic in like mention of weird voodoo magic in Predator 2. It would be nice to actually see some of that. And it's show him a fireball.
Or like a voodoo doll. Like if he gets stabs the doll and the Predator gets
then the Predator gets like a wound, just lean into the supernatural horror. Add a little bit of that into like the Predator. It'll be fun. Most of my ideas seem to be comedy. Aside for Chirrin.
Yeah, that one would be a serious one. That one I think would work.
Well, the other ones, they just seem like Predator spoof. Alright, here's another Predator spoof idea. It's Predator fighting like hunting the traditional horror Haverfield monster. We got the creature from the lagoon, Dracula, hunting Frankenstein, the werewolf.
Phantom of the Opera. What can the Phantom of the Opera do to the Predator?
Traps.
Scented candles.
Yeah. Well, he can choke him to death.
The Phantom cannot choke to death the Predator.
Yeah, weight class and all that.
Yeah.
But maybe he can cook him alive in his oven.
Oh yeah, he does have one of those.
Yeah, like the joke of the Phantom is that the opera is full of traps and stuff.
Now that you mention it, a cool fight would be the Phantom of the Opera versus the Predator. Just
Yeah.
the Predator in the opera house, and then
And then the Phantom, giving him like the absolute worst time using all of his traps and stuff, you know. Cause just hint it, which will work well as a Saw movie. but yeah, and then like him dealing with vampires, you know, cause he blows Dracula's head clean up, but you gotta stake him, so then the head grows back. So then it's just the Predator figuring out.
drink the Predator's blood.
Hmm.
And what powers will he gain from it?
Yeah, that is something to consider because, the Predator blood glows in the dark, but Dutch was able to touch it, so it's not like drinking alien blood that is acid. I mean, a Predelium will be immune to Dracula, but not a traditional predator. Okay. And the Frankenstein is just an enhanced human, and the werewolf is a very hairy enhanced human.
One of those are interesting one will be Dracula or Phantom of the Opera.
Well, and the Invisible Man, well, they both got invisibility, so
Invisible Man, by lore, it means he wouldn't be invisible to the Predator.
Yeah, you're
he
right.
He would just be an actual man walking about.
Yeah, you're right. The Invisible Man would be the first one to get tagged by the Predator because he generates heat.
It will be League of Extraordinary Gentlemen versus the Predator.
Yeah. The first one to die is gonna be the Invisible Man. How did you see me? You emit heat. Click, click.
I feel Dorian Gray would do great against the Predator being immortal now.
Yeah, kind of.
Because I don't forget that you can only kill Dorian Gray by showing his pictures.
Yeah.
You can just keep attacking the Predator.
Yeah, and then the Predator will reconvene and overthink it and then come back like, oh. Well, I guess I could kill him by just shooting him into space or something.
He will just regenerate again in the...
No, but if the Dorian is in space, it's not like a problem to anyone because he's just free floating, eternally dying in space because he doesn't have like a mass or something.
Oh, like how they killed the very bizarre adventure.
How they killed
Cars.
Cars. How they kill cars. You know, the Predator can just like shoot him into outer space. Yeah, like the addressed a Predator fighting an immortal guy in Predator versus Wolverine, which is a legit comic book that I actually read. And then they were very amusingly creative about it, but I still think that the Predator should have just shot Wolverine into space or threw him into the sun.
Or just throw up him on a lake. It's Wolverine can't swim.
Yeah. And here's the last Predator movie idea that I have for you. It's Predator polymerized with the Bachelorette. It's not a versus the Bachelorette. It's a polymerization. Very different. Very different Yu-Gi-Oh card. So basically, as a standard of Predator lore, there's the Predator women there are more males than females in Predator society, and they never quite. So then, and they only mate with like the one that they perceive as the fittest. So then, as the Bachelorette, it could be a bunch of like young predators trying to impress a female predator in order to put out her. So then it's just then hunting various things in order to impress the maiden, and she completely scoffing them. Because she's not ordinary Bachelorette, she's the daughter of the chieftain.
Yeah, and then you can have her say, okay, here, have this alien skull as a sign of my affection.
As a sign of my affection, click, click. And then she'll be like, my daddy has 20 of them. I'm not impressed. You know? I had the 20 of them with my dad. Like, try again. Bring something cooler.
And then that's why they have to get a T-Rex.
Yeah, a T-Rex skull and an Optimus Prime skull or Galvatron skull. Or...
And then she can judge them on their skull arrangement and things like that.
Yeah, their skull arrangement, how well It's just like a spoof. How well they made their trophies, how shiny they look, how pretty they looks on her necklace, on her skull. Who makes a better skull necklace,
What type of DNA they have grafted in them?
Yeah,
DNA.
yeah, like they show a combination DNA, whether they're pure blooded predator or whether any of them has some of that illegal alien DNA that they don't like. She be like, you're looking at, you're smelling a little alien like. You smell a little bit like a xenomorph. No, 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 no. You're gonna have to try extra hard for me to put out. But yeah, that's why it's and then there's several rounds with she giving them almost impossible, like we could have it like like princess student that she gives them like different impossible tasks, to see whether they're worthy of burying her descendants. But yeah, that's how you will miss it with the Bachelorette, and then you can explore the Predator courtship ritual. Because why the hell not? It's hilarious. It'll be a spoof. Then again, well, you can play it serious, or you can make it a spoof, or a romantic comedy with Predator. That'd be funny. Whatever. So then, these are all of my city Predator movie ideas. I hope you find them amusing. Bye bye and God bless.